Hey, everybody, welcome to my 2025 Music of the Year video. 4 months into 2026. But ignore that, because I've got a special announcement, a huge announcement. Huge. It's so huge. Some of you may already know that on the other channel, KBD, link is in the basement. If you are so inclined to check that out, that would be great. But you would know that I have a review show over there where I review spooky, scary videos. And now this channel has a review show too. Or it will eventually have one. You see, I have plans for a kind of like a music review / variety show where I review music or just talk about my favorite musicians, stuff like that, right? Just fun stuff. If you've been paying attention to my shorts where I play some of my favorite songs, you should definitely go check out my Instagram because you'll see new videos over there earlier than you do over here on YouTube. Plus, other stuff that aren't on YouTube, like dog pictures and stuff like that. So go check it out and give me a follow. Do cool kids say that still, or are they still like saying cringe stuff that has to do with certain numbers? Anyway. The problem is, I'd like to sit here with my guitar like a professional tuber that reviews music, but obviously you can't see the guitar. This camera can't pick it up, and that sucks. But that one can. Oh. I forgot which way the volume knob goes. That's not the greatest. Which camera do I look at as well? You for primarily for these videos. But yeah, new camera angle reveal. Got a whole new setup over there. I'm looking at you now. Oh my god, you can see so much more stuff, and it's great. But yeah. The new, currently untitled show, I'll workshop it off screen, obviously, will be a review show where I listen to music, maybe new, maybe old, who knows, we'll see. But also like a variety show where I talk about my favorite songs, my favorite artists, right? Basically, Insta and YouTube shorts don't paint the full picture, only a small part of it. So the new show will be where the canvas is fully painted and covered. Does the Geneva Convention cover tortured metaphors? I'm not entirely sure on that one. But anyway, get ready for that. I already have an idea for the first video. As a little hint, you'll hear some of their music in this video. But with that out of the way, I want to kick things off before we get into the whole rigmarole of awards and my favorite album of the year. And you should go check out all my choices because I have very good taste. But before that, I kick things off by paying tribute to some of my favorite musicians that tragically passed in 2025. So start with the somber note first. And once again, rest in peace to those four great, talented musicians that we have lost in 2025, as well as the other musicians and artists that we lost throughout the year as well. They are gone but not forgotten. When a musician dies, it leaves a hole, because you know you will never hear new material from them again. And that it really, it kind of oversimplifies things by saying, yeah, death sucks, but it doesn't make it not true, right? So they are gone, but they will never be forgotten, because they're immortalized. They're immortalized in their music that they have created and have influenced myself, as well as, I would willing to bet, millions of others, right? Especially Ozzy and Ace Frehley. Like, yeah, you can talk about Kiss one way or the other, like, oh, they were disco for a time, they were chasing trends. Like, yeah, that's Gene Simmons, man. That's just fucking Gene Simmons. Read a little bit about Gene Simmons, you'll go, I understand now. But that's still under the umbrella of hard rock and metal, right? You listen to old Sabbath, like original Sabbath, you go, all right, for the time, that was heavy metal. But now we got stuff like fucking Whitechapel. Oh my god, we have Whitechapel, and obviously like death metal, like or deathcore, like Suicide Silence and stuff like that, right? So like that seems tame now. That you can look at that now and go, oh, that's just rock. That's just some hard rock right there, alt rock, right? Oh wow, they were heavy back then, but it's all under the same umbrella, man. They're heavy metal. It's metal. That's what they are. And now I have to find a segue to my music of the year video. Yay! Good job, me. Yeah, I had 1,000 different ideas for this, all tumbling around in my head at once, and they were all just like, it's gonna lead to about a 5-hour video. So what I wound up doing is the albums of the year. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them. There's 9 albums of the year. I can count, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yes, 9. Yes, 9 of them. How do hands work? There we go. 9 of those, and I narrowed it down because I did write a list of every single thing I listened to, whether it was a full-length album or an EP or the singles that they released, right? I had Mudvayne down, which, holy shit, Mudvayne's back making music. Holy fuck, we're back. They released like a single or 2 singles. Like, do I really talk about that? Or the Trivium album that they released, it was like 4 songs. It was good, but there's not really a whole hell of a lot to talk about other than, man, I hope we get a full-length Trivium album this year. That'd be fucking dope. Will we? I don't know. We're 4 months in currently, and I don't know. I don't know, right? It seems like they're working on stuff, but who knows? Just some other stuff there. There's like an exception to the rule, but I basically narrowed it down to 7 things I want to talk about because how good they are, right? We'll label them as runners-up, but they just don't meet the criteria of album of the year for me. For those who don't know, my album of the year basically is it's got to be a standout album where all the songs are great. Albums can have skips. Albums of the year can have skips as well, but it's a skip because you go, oh, I like this song, but the next song after it is even better, and I want to listen to that song, right? We've all been there. We've all been listening to an album, go, okay, I dig this song, but oh, the lead single is next. Let me skip this song to listen to that, and then we go back, right? If that makes sense, God bless you, because stuff in my brain doesn't work sometimes, and that leads us to a good segue to Joyner Lucas, ADHD 2. Fantastic album. Top to bottom, T to B, and I'll say it like so many times during this hopefully short video. It's a great album. There's some skits here and there, but it is a chunky, like 16 songs, not including the skits. The lead single, though, White Noise, is a standout because it made me think about my brain in a different way, right? It's it's common knowledge now that like pretty much everyone who is on Earth currently living has a neurodivergence, right? Our brains just don't work gooder, right? our brains are just a little screwy, even if we're like an upstanding individual or normal, as some people might call it. There's still something buggy with your brain, right? And White Noise, I was listening to it going, never been diagnosed, I've never been tested for ADHD. I'm pretty sure I don't have ADHD. I don't know what neurodivergence I have. I don't know what spectrum I'm on. But clearly there's something fucking fishy with my brain. But there's a lot of stuff he was saying that's like... maybe, right? Especially that line, like, there's a voice in my head and it's mine. I relate to that so fucking hard, because sometimes my brain just won't shut the fuck up. Right? I do things recreationally. I want to show them on camera, but then I feel like YouTube will be like, don't, you son of a bitch, don't you fucking do that. You can say fuck all you want. After like 30 seconds, you show a little bit of the devil's lettuce, that's a no-no. Even though it's completely safe and legal and it helps people with two thumbs that are currently pointed at themselves sleep really well, this is a no-no. So yeah. Top to bottom, White Noise is a standout. Butterfly Effect is amazing. Anxiety Wins is great. Everything front to back is great, right? Next up, let's talk about House Protection, right? It's their second EP, I believe. This is where I'm gonna sound ignorant. Not for the ways you think. But I don't know what makes an EP different than an LP outside of, like, numbers? So I'm looking at this on their YouTube. Outrun You All is the EP they released in 2025. It's got 7 songs on it. We'll go with 6 because the first song is 33 seconds. So, like, I don't know, maybe you can enlighten me in the comments. Is the difference just number of songs or total length? I would assume it's like the total minutes in an album, right? So I'm like, okay, that's 9 minutes. We're looking at maybe 30 minutes. I don't know how long the album was because I listened to it all in one sitting, and the time flew by because that's how good the songs are. Afterlife is a fucking trip. Just the music video, at least, is a trip. But it's a great song. It's a banger. They are electronic rock, I believe is how they're classified, but you listen to something like, like Phasing Out or Godspeed, it's like, oh, okay. It's almost shoegazy type of stuff, right? Afterlife is a standout. I Need More Than This is fantastic. Fire is just like, I'm gonna fucking run through a wall. That's how energetic it is. And of course they did do their stuff with Architects, which I didn't fucking mention in the beginning. They released an album. It was good. I just don't remember it. It was good. I remember it being an enjoyable album. I just don't fucking remember anything other than the singles. Which one included House of Protection. Circle back to the original topic. Yeah. Good. It's a good ass EP. How do we approach this? Grandson. Let's talk about Grandson. They released an album in 2025, completely different from anything I've heard from them in the past. It was punk. It's punk rock, and it is punk rock as fuck, boy. There's a lot of good, say, anti-establishment songs in it. It's a very good punk rock album. I hope they stay on that path, because they've always been that political side of things, right? They've always talked about stuff, right? The Blood in the Water is a key one. Some other ones early, like in their early days. They've always been political, right? They've always been on that trend. But now they've added like punk rock to it. Fantastic. To that, we could chalk it up to... Actually, there's a lot on here that we could chalk up to YouTube stuff. YouTube recommendations. One is suburban. Right? Not suburban, but suburban. Was completely unaware. I'm not on TikTok. Because I know I have to preface that because everybody in the comments of their one song, great question if I remember what the fuck it's called. It's a banger, right? It's a bop. I think the kids say. I don't know. I don't really even remember what the song might be. Freak? No, that's probably not it. It's the fucking one from TikTok. If you know, you know, and if you know, I feel sorry for you because you're on fucking TikTok. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, YouTube recommended me, check my notes here, Mascara. And I just kept seeing it over and over again. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking listen to it. God damn it, stop recommending me. I'm glad it did, because it's a great song. The album, If Nevermore, fucking weird. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a purely positive, it's fucking weird, right? You listen to Mycelium Eyes, and that is a song where I look at you and I say, look me in the eyes, eye contact, Mycelium Eyes, you'll grow to love it. Because I did. I was like, this is a weird, I kind of dig it. It's weird. And now I'm just like, yeah. Fuck yeah, Mycelium Eyes. It's a weird album. It might not be for everybody. There are certainly some skips on this where I'm like, I don't know if I want to listen to this one right now. Skip, right? It's that type of album where like you skip it to get to other songs, right? But overall, it's a very enjoyable album. Next one that YouTube recommended me is Chatter. Chatter. Now this is the exception to the rule because technically they only released one song, and that is Panic. They are an emo band. That's how I'll describe them. They have a very emo... Actually, I think that's how they describe them. Yeah, for fans of My Chemical Romance, Pierce the Veil, and The Funeral Portrait, Chatter offers raw emotion and spectacle. Confessional choruses, lyrics that cut deep, and theatrically that blurs the lines between concert and cinema. It's music for anyone who has ever felt silenced or invisible. Yeah. As they say, it is modern folklore. They're creating a narrative. They're creating a story. In that first song, you look at the music video, go, fucking 10-minute song. Holy shit, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Goddamn. It's not. I believe the song is like 3.5 minutes-ish, which is online with, I forgot they did a cover of Bullet with Butterfly Wings from Smashing Pumpkins. I forgot about that. But, yeah, Panic is the first song that they released. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's amazing. Then they followed up with Pretty Teeth a few months ago. Equally amazing. Fake a Smile, which is very recent. As of recording, it's from like 2 weeks ago. Little less amazing, right? It's still a catchy ass song. It is a pop emo, I guess we'll just call it their pop emo group. That's the best way to describe it. They're catchy as hell. I guess that's just kind of one thing. Like, emo is catchy as hell. Yeah. 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 But it's an emo band. Fake a Smile is the weakest of the three. So far, right? It's good. It is a good song. But it's not as good as Pretty Teeth and definitely not as good as Panic. So I'm excited to see where this band goes, right? You look at their page, I'm looking at it right now, their YouTube, is like 79 videos, like holy shit, they released a lot. It's all shorts and stuff, like typical promotional stuff, right? The typical promotional shorts and like announcing things like this and that. 3 actual songs, 1 cover, the Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins cover, the Bullet with Butterfly Wings, but I'm very excited to see where this goes. Kind of partially why I am doing this, like, kind of review show. Just to be like, hey, let's all witness this together, right? That's the whole thing, right? Next up, I guess we gotta talk about cum metal. It was a good year for cum metal, and if you do not know what I'm referencing, the only way I can explain it, here's the clip.
But you know, there's this movement in modern metal. It's like, I think the one guy wanted to call it baddiecore. I'm like, that's a terrible name. It's like, cum metal. This is the era of cum. This is cum metal. You know, it's very either sort of sexual or kind of like amazing singer, kind of crooning, kind of croon like thing. And it's cum metal. You know.
Now you know what I know, and that is cum metal is a thing, and that comes from the band Health. Yeah, I started listening to them because they were featured on a Bad Omens song, The Drain, I believe. Right, which also Bad Omens was on that list of like, oh, things I listen to, because they did release new music. They did release new music, but it's all singles, right? It's singles for an album that is going to happen. We know it's probably going to happen soon-ish, right? They released Spectre and then Impose. Did I not listen to Impose? That's weird. There's no runtime thing on it. Also, Dying to Love and then Left for Good very recently. So I didn't want to put them on the list because, again, it's singles, right? Same thing as Mudvayne. Like, okay, that's great. Where's the full album, right? Back to Health. They were on the song The Drain, which is a fantastic song. It's a fantastic song. That entire Concrete Jungle's original soundtrack, okay, is great. It's good. It's really good. So I was like, okay, who's Health? I checked them out, and they're more or less of the same, right? That's that style of music. You got the heaviness, you have the sensual tones of the vocalist, I guess we'll say. The crooner almost nature of it. It's good. It was a very, very good album. I cannot say the same for Dayseeker. Sorry, Dayseeker fans. I wanted to go into this album. YouTube wants to fucking work. Be great. Creature in the Black Night. I was like, Pale Moonlight, great song. Fantastic song. Creature in the Black Night, the titular song of the album, also fantastic. I was like, oh, alright, this is gonna be a fucking crazy album. This is gonna be great. And then I'm listening to it, I zone out. I'm doing something else, I'm just zoned out. I'm going, is this fucking song 45 minutes? Did they write their own In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida? I believe that's the second time. Second time that I've mentioned In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. I believe. I don't know. I don't remember. Check back at the Joiner discussion of my brain. But I'm like, is this the same fuck song? I look over, I'm like, no, 4 songs have passed. I've listened to 4 or 5 songs without realizing that they were different songs. That is what the album is. It, like, Pale Moonlight and Creature in the Black Night are the 2 that stand out because they're the 2 songs that are the most different than everything fucking else. I'm just like, it all sounds the same. Every song. Cemetery Blues sounds the same as Nocturnal Remedy, which sounds the same as The Living Dead, which sounds the same as Meet the Reaper, which sounds the same as Forgotten Ghost, which sounds the same as Soulburn, sounds the same as Shapeshift, same as Crawl Back to the Coffin. But I think that one's actually a good one. Yeah, because I think it goes Pale Moonlight, Creature in the Black Night, and then Crawl Back to My Coffin. I'm like, oh, alright. 3 very unique songs. No, the rest of the album sounds like Crawl Back to My Coffin. Not a good album. Again, I went into it being like, this is gonna be a fucking banger. This is gonna be great. And it was not. But I believe that is the 7 runners-up, I guess we'll call it. Now let's move on to the album of the year. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way first, right? Coheed released a new album, Vaxis Part 3, The Father of Make-Believe. Fantastic album. No fucking skips. And we go back to sort of a how do I want to describe it? We go back to what used to be, right? We have the Afterman, Ascension, and Descension. Didn't have this 4 or 5 part ending to it, like No World for Tomorrow and Apollo. I don't know. I don't remember if Second Stage had to have one. I feel like Second Stage Turbine Blade did have one? Or not Second Stage, in Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. Kinda, but not really. Had the Camper of Valorium 1, 2, and 3. Kinda. But Vaxis, we go back to that. The end of the album, last 4 songs, is a continuation, right? For Father Makeley, we have the Continuum 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we didn't have that with Afterman, Ascension. Obviously, we didn't have it with Color Before the Sun because that was a non-conceptual album. That's the only album they've ever released that is a non-concept album. And then we got right back there with... No, we didn't have that with Vaxis 1 or 2. I have to go back and relearn my Coheed lore. Hold on. Yeah, Year of the Black Rainbow didn't have it. Afterman did not have it. Color Before the Sun obviously did not have it. Unholy Creatures. Unholy Creatures, did you have... No, you didn't. No, you did not. You had the banger ending of All on Fire, It Walks Among Us, Old Flames, and Lucky Stars. It's a pretty good killer's row of songs. I don't remember... Oh, I don't remember if... Window of the Waking Mind... Because Wikipedia lies frequently to me personally when I'm like, what is this? It says, I could have sworn, Cut the Cord. I'm not saying that name because I could never pronounce that name. Nayanasha? Sure, there's my best attempt. That word, that name. I could have sworn Cut the Cord was the final song on the album, but Wikipedia says it's Window of the Waking Mind. And that is technically broken up into 5 acts, I guess. Time, The Awakening, Birth, The Mirroring Eyes, Mother, and The Father. I don't remember that song existing. That's the problem here. Anyway, Vaxis Act 3, The Father Make Believe, we go back to that, like I said, with the Continuum. And then they released the New Entities edition, which gave us, shocker, new fucking key entities. Which is incredible. We have Melvin the Mistake, Yuko the Trivial, Peter the Wishing, and Shiloh the Selfish. Fantastic. Again, it is a... No misses. No misses. None. 0. I look at this and go, fuck yeah. Especially since there's a narrative running through it. Oh, it's Coheed. There's always a fucking narrative. Yes, there is. But I forget what it was, but there's a way you can tell who is singing the song, what character is singing the song. I forget. I figured it out and I couldn't remember. I can't remember. There is something there where it's like there's something in the title or in the something about it. I forget, but you could tell what character is speaking. I believe Creature is still in it. Creature is still the main character, with Vaxis obviously being the big bad overall. And then obviously Blindside Sunny's fucking new, so there's that. Yeah, I don't remember. But fantastic album. It's album of the year, duh. Sleep Token. Oh no, Sleep Token fan thinks Sleep Token's album is great when everybody else was like, it's mid. You're all wrong. Did you know that? You're all fucking wrong. Sleep Token, even in Arcadia, top to bottom, there's that phrase again, is an immaculate, perfect album. Perfect. How do I say this? How do I say this? Do I want to say this? Yes, I do. It's a perfect album. I prefer Take Me Back to Eden. Yeah. Yeah, from a story standpoint, not from just a song standpoint, because Look to Windward, if you're like, why do you think Even in Arcadia is a perfect album? It tells a... Does it tell a new story? Is it just cyclical? Because I think it is just cyclical. I think that's why I prefer Even in Arcadia, or not Even Arcadia. Take Me Back to Eden as an album, because it ends the trilogy of Trauma, and I could explain what the fuck that means, but we have to go back to the 1 EP, the 2 EP. Was the third one Nazareth, or was Nazareth EP 2? I don't remember, but there's lore, and you should look up if you're interested. Let me get it right. Glenn Joseph Robinson. Go look him up if you're interested in Sleep Token lore. He is doing a deep dive into every single fucking song that there is from Sleep Token and is breaking it down. If you're curious, go check him out. I highly recommend it. I've been keeping up with him for quite a while now, and he's doing a great job. But if you're like, why do you think it is a perfect album? Symbolism, I guess we'll say, right? There is... I would have to go to... Of course you don't have the lyrics, Sleep Token. Why would you have the lyrics? It all comes down to lyrics. That is where I will leave you, I guess, here today. That might be a part of the new series of just like, why do I love Sleep Token? And it's gonna be a lot of breaking down like what song meanings are, right? Because why do I like Take Me Back to Eden over Even in Arcadia? Well, Even in Arcadia, I believe it comes from Latin. I'm gonna fucking butcher it because I don't know Latin, but I believe it is Et Arcadia Memento Mori. Even in Arcadia, death follows, right? Whereas Take Me Back to Eden, we have that... The close of Trilogy of Trauma. The Trilogy of Trauma starts with Sundowning, ends with Take Me Back to Eden. The Night Does Not Belong to God is the first song off of Sundowning. Euclid, the last song off of Take Me Back to Eden, has the same melody about... I want to say a quarter way through, or like halfway through the song when we hit like the first bridge. And then... straight up just says, the night does not belong to God. The night belongs to you. And that is closing the circle. The Trilogy of Trauma is over. This is the only, I believe, the only song they've done that is in a purely minor key. So it is an upbeat song. This is your breath. This is you going, it's over. Whereas even Arcadia, there's something new here, but something also the same, right? Look to Windward states, now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, coughing up blood in the twilight. Everything looks the same, right? Something new has happened. You now know why you're here. It was a shipwreck of a relationship, but everything looks the same. Nothing has changed. And then you get into that what can only be described as a rhythm shake-up, where he just... Vessel just fucking hits a different cadence, and it's addicting. It's an addictive cadence on Look to Windward. I can't say that about the other songs we've talked about so far, right? And of course you have Emergence and Past Self and Carmel, which describes parasocial relationships almost perfectly. You have Dangerous. By God, that one took me by surprise. You have Provider, which I can guarantee babies have been made to that song. That is a sexy song. Probably not in the way they would intend, because that's this band. But yeah. And then we get to the penultimate song, Gethsemane, and it's heartbreaking. It's introspective. It is brutal. That is why even Arcadia is on this list, as well as why I prefer Take Me Back to Eden. enough about Sleep Token, though. Bad Flower released an album. I listened to it once, and I will never listen to it again because it made me cry. And I don't like when things make me cry, but I also do because I'm a man. It's got a killer's row. There's 3 songs that include the song Pause, and if you know me, you know that I am an animal lover. And I relate to that song too much, is all I'll say, without becoming bleary-eyed thinking of fucking past tragedy. But there's moments in that song where I'm like, I was fine with the first verse. I was like, alright, yeah, I'm gone before you, I'll leave a full bowl of water and your favorite toys. Fuck. And then the second verse hits, and dead. So, yeah, thanks, Bad Flower Man, for making me fucking cry through majority of your album. It's a beautiful album, beautiful songs, heartfelt, and I will never listen to it again. 10 stars. 10 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Beats the Kenny Okada record. 3 Days Grace released a new album. I have not been tuned into 3 Days Grace since Gontier left. He came back, and I came back. Weird how that works. That's nothing against Matt Walst, because he's a great vocalist, but it's just not the same, right? But they announced Adam was coming back. Matt was not leaving. In fact, he was joining, and now they are tag teaming vocals. And Alienation, the album, proves that, fuck, it works stupidly well. It is the tag team of the two of them on In Waves in particular and Kill Me Fast, fucking heartbreaking how good it is and what the meaning is. But then you have fucking bangers like Death Wish, and then you question, hey guys, is everything all right, with Another Relapse. And then you have Mayday hits that familiar riff that you go, see what you guys did there. I see what you guys did there. But yeah, it's top to bottom an amazing album. Just fantastic, right? Yeah, that is how I will leave it. It's a fantastic album. Both Matt and Adam bounce off each other very well. The duets are incredible. And it's a great album. It's a return to form. Have they been there this entire time? Probably. But again, I kind of tuned out when Adam left. So there's that. Jid. I believe I've said I'm a fan of Jid. God Do Like Ugly. Yeah, I believe that's the album, right? Jiddy? JID? Is that your album? Was that your album? Google is not my friend. Yeah, God Does Like Ugly. That is it. Fantastic album. Really, nothing more needs to be said about it, because yeah, it is a trip to go through, right? Because I'm not even talking about the Prelux with Eminem on it, which Eminem just fucking goes off because he's Eminem, of course. Yeah, you have songs like Skate, which just feel like a completely different genre, but that's the point of the songs. Yeah, it's just a fantastic album. All I can really think of is Community with Clips. That is a powerful song. That is a powerful song with a very, very poignant message that rings very true throughout every generation, it feels like, right? That is a great song. It's a great song. And that leads us to our next album of the year with Clips. Had no idea who Clips was. I'm very familiar with Pusha T, how he buried Drake. Drake became a zombie, came back to life, and then Kendrick put 2 in his 10 spot to hopefully put him down for good, but no, then he's just out here doing it again in the key of A minor. Fucking Drake, just stay dead. Nobody fucking likes you. You should fucking realize that. Yeah, let God sort him out. again, another top to bottom, great album for different reasons, right? Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick. It's a lot of shot taken, right? Well, I'll say that. It's a lot of taking shots at a lot of people and a lot of drug bars, but it's all fantastic. They flow into it so well. Pusha and, fuck, I can't remember names. Fuck me. Pusha and Malice. There it is. Malice, and of course, Pharrell just knows how to make beats. That's all he does, and he's great at it. When you know how to do that very well, you're pretty great at it. And Pharrell, really great at it. But yeah, it takes shots at Drake again, because of course, as well as Travis Scott and Ye, which is always fun to do. I'm trying to think of the direct lines from it, and I can't, because that's how my brain works. Again, go check back at the Joyner thing. Yeah, Ace Trumpets, fantastic. Pretty much, So Be It. That beat on So Be It is so weird, but they kill it. It's like such a weird beat, but Clips just it's amazing. It's so amazing. Next one is the next three are probably ones you're like, I didn't know you fucked with that, and I didn't know either until I fucking heard them last year. Exception of one of them. Let's talk about that one, right? Let's talk about NF. Almost said NF Doom. That is fucking not it. NF. I have been familiar with NF for a while. Here and there, not really diving deep into it, right? He's got a couple good songs here and there, but this album, I believe Fear? Yeah, Fear. Talked about, like, crying my eyes out with Bad Flower. No. Fear is the album to do that to. If you're looking to, like, sit down and be like, fuck, damn, alright, shit, and just get introspective, emotional, this is the album. There's one or two on this album, maybe one, where she's like, oh, we're back to having a good mood, and then it's like, no, fuck you. Nah. Washed Up is a vindictive one, I guess we'll call it, or an angry one, where he's like, oh, you calling me washed up? Well, I just proved I'm fucking not. And it's like, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, Fear, Home, you look at, like, oh, it's featuring MGK, that's gonna be a fun one. That one's not fun. That is probably the saddest one of all. And it's primarily because MGK, and not in a bad way. MGA describing, like, what he went through. Yeah, man, it's a very powerful album. I'll say that. Next is Token. I was not familiar with Token, and I regret that wholeheartedly. The thing with YouTube, they recommend you something, you go, oh, I recognize that name, and that was for the song Jeep featuring Tara Reid. Not knowing, oh, he also did music with Jid. Whoops. Didn't realize that one. But yeah, Jeep popped up in my feed, and I'm like, oh, I know Tara. I like Tara Reid. I talked about him last album of the year. Let me listen to this. Yeah, I checked out the entire album, and obviously I really enjoyed it because it's on the album of the year list. If you're looking to get into it, I would say go look at Duck Hunter. Go listen to Duck Hunter. Go listen to Jeep. You probably listen to Peter featuring Tech Nine, which Tech Nine on a song. Hell yeah. Friends is a good one to listen to. Hey, if you like Ren, like I do, great storyteller. What Does Your Love Look Like is a great song. That's on the more emotional side of things, because, yeah. What Does Your Love Look Like? Fantastic. Feral's a fun one. Odd One Out is a great one. And then you get to, woo! Yeah, you get to Sarah's song, and What Am I Waiting For, and I'm Your Baby, and Diary Number 1 Karma. He talks about things that I've never heard anybody ever talk about in like a rap album. Like, yeah, okay, it's veiled if they do talk about it, but like, fuck, my dude. I'm your baby. Holy shit. I don't want to describe it to you. I will just say, if you're interested, prepare yourself. I went into it not knowing, not being prepared. And then he said some shit like, oh, we're dealing with real life shit. Oh, can we go back to talk about, like, you know, leaving kids on our temple to give them a place to pray? Go back to talk about that stuff? Can we talk about the fun stuff again? No? Alright, cool. Yeah. It's a hell of an album. It is a hell of an album that does bounce very well between, like, oh, we're having fun here. Like, we're having fun in Kumquat. Like, hell yeah. And Pharaoh, like, oh, yeah. And then it's Sarah's song, and What Am I Waiting For? And then Odd One Out, and Marco Polo. Holy shit. And then you get to I'm Your Baby and Diary Number 1. And then the mood is dropped significantly. Great album. Very, very, very good album. And finally, brand new band, Asava. I learned about these guys through Metal Burb. If I can fucking type in the dark, that'd be really cool. There we go, I did it. His video talking about their song Acceptance was basically titled, If Sleep Token and Soundgarden had a kid. And I'm like, that's an interesting combination. What does that sound like? Nothing like it. Nothing fucking like it. Yeah, that is a purely clickbait title, but got me to click it and got me to fall in love with this band because it is incredible. The vocalist is fantastic. Confidence is probably my most played song of the year, or one of them, because it is so good. Confidence and Rue are fantastic. The entire album is amazing. Mantras. I would highly recommend going and listening to it. I can't give it enough praise. I'm excited to see what this band does in the future. But that will do it for my music of the year. Check my notes. Oh shit, we're at like 50 minutes. Fuck. I was trying to make this a shorter video, but I guess I blab on too much. Not to bury the lead. New show coming. What is it called? Haven't thought of a name yet. It's gonna be a variety show, music variety show. Song reviews, talking about music, all that fun stuff that people do. The first one's gonna be, I don't know when. Because I gotta figure out how I'm doing. You ever just announce something and be like, oh shit, now I have to figure out how to do that thing? Finger, stop pointing at me logically. Shit. But yeah. Yeah, it should be a fun thing to do? Probably. Yeah. So, hopefully you're excited for that. I'm nervously excited because, again, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. But, hey, here we are. You always do things and you're like, I don't know how I'm doing it, but it works out in the end, doesn't it? So, let me know what your favorite songs or albums of the year were in the comments below. Go check out KBD, like I said, for that review show, as well as other stuff. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, do the YouTube stuff. And until next time, into that new show, I will see you later. That's a weird outro. I thought I was doing the other outro, but I'm not. Goodbye.